Meanwhile, after a brutal battle in Westview, New Jersey...
God. Wanda, I'm sorry.
Good.
Okay, well, I guess I'm just gonna go.
Just one more thing, Agatha.
Yeah, Wanda?
I bind you, Agatha, from doing harm. Harm against other people, and harm against yourself.
What?
I bind you, Agatha, from doing harm. Harm against other people, and harm against yourself! I bind you, Agatha, with typecasting! I typecast you, Agatha Harkness!
Hey, neighbor, what's going on?
The nosy neighbor.
So I'm gonna go. For real this time.
Wait,
Bye.
one more thing, Agatha.
Oh, yeah?
I bind you.
Hello and welcome to episode 171 of CBQ Legacy. That's comic book queers if you're not in the know. But you know who is in the know? Me, your host, EvilJeff, and your other host, Brett.
I'm in the know. What do you want to know? I'm in it. We're in it.
We're in it. We're in it. And today it is an all Wanda all the time finale spectacular episode.
Hex. We're just throwing up hexes and runes because we're celebrating WandaVision.
Yeah, let's get some theme music.
Rune.
Hit it.
Woo. WandaVision.
All right, Brett. So WandaVision is over.
Yes.
Finale.
But Phase 4 is just beginning.
Yes, and I will just say, finale, did it live up or did it disappoint?
On 3?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
1, 2, 3.
Live up!
Okay. Although I saw a meme where someone was just like, WandaVision didn't deliver on things that it never promised it would do.
That's a great way of putting it.
Yes.
He sure did write a lot of side plots
I'm
along
going
the
to tell
way,
you,
didn't we?
I'm going to tell you, though, I almost didn't like it up to the last 10 seconds.
You mean the post credit scene, or
yeah? I was mad. And until the last 10 seconds, and then I'm like, amazing. Okay, I'm happy.
What did you need? What did you need that
I told
last
you
moment gave
earlier that I did not want those kids to die and disappear.
Right.
I did not want those kids to die and disappear.
Oh, yeah.
And it looked like they were going to die and disappear.
Yeah.
And I was very upset. I was just emotionally, I cried. But we'll get to that.
Yes, we will.
Did you cry at all?
Happened.
Did you cry at all?
I did. I sure did cry in their final scene.
Yes.
Before she closed the hex for good.
Yes. Yeah, I got teary with the kids and with him. Both of those.
Yeah, I did too.
Well, let's talk about it. Where did we leave off? Where did it open up? At this point, It's now just like, this is just Marvel movie. This is no longer a TV show anymore. We're full in to, there's no gimmicks or anything going on. It's just full on battle.
Welcome to Phase 4 of the MCU.
Yeah, Agatha Harkness.
Here it is.
Versus Wanda. And everyone was like, who's Agatha working for? Who is Wanda being manipulated by? Nope. It is Agatha and Wanda. It's two women.
That's it.
We don't need some man behind the scenes.
We don't need that. And it doesn't mean it's not coming.
Of course.
But we have a lot of MCU storytelling. Like, I'm sure all the things we thought were going to happen in WandaVision are going to happen.
Yeah.
Just not immediately.
That's the thing is,
and you know what? Thank goodness.
Yeah, they're setting up payoffs for way later, and we see the setups, and we want the payoff right now.
All right, well, let's walk through it. We open in a street fight, Wanda versus Agatha. Wanda is trying to save her kids. Agatha's got them leashed, and she pulls at the leashes, and they fall down, and they go flying and hit their butts on the street. I was like, oh my God, she's abusing these kids.
Yeah, and
she's like, they're fake anyway.
And Scarlet Witch realizes if she tries to use her powers on her, Agatha just sucks them up.
So, can I just make a side note here? They're still leaving arguments for mutants, I feel like. Like, Agatha's whole thing is like, I'm just a power drainer. It's what I do. I'm like, mutant. Yeah. Wanda's like, I cast a probability hex when I was about to hit puberty. Mutant. But
exactly.
Witches. We get it. They're witches.
They're witches, but if you really wanted to say they were mutants... fits right in. You could slide that right in there, and it
wouldn't be wrong.
Exactly.
There's nothing to contradict it.
They're giving themselves something to really set themselves up with.
But this Wanda Agatha fight, it was big and it was broad and it was cool and it was chaotic. I loved it. The effects were great.
Yes.
The staging and the choreography and the flow of the battle was great.
Yeah. Yeah, it was great.
I loved Wanda did some old school early Wanda Maximoff stuff, like when she snuck up behind Agatha and did the mind mumbo jumbo from Age of Ultron.
Yeah.
She even did that like that weird chopped up edited entrance.
Yeah. Like she did Grudge or something.
Yeah. Yeah. She did that shit. I was like, yes, we're going full circle with Wanda so we can push her forward.
And she takes Wanda into her thoughts, but into Agatha's memories, but it doesn't work. It backfires on her.
Yeah, Wanda's trying to get the memories to kind of attack Agatha, but the memories turn to Wanda, detect she is the Scarlet Witch, and start attacking her. Agatha's draining her power. But she's very powerful. This Wanda Maximoff. She blows them all away. And I love that then the fight picks up with them kind of jumping off the roof that they were just standing on, having kind of a psychic battle.
Yeah.
Just standing there on the roof.
And meanwhile, we got Vision versus Vision v. Vision.
Yeah, so you think Wanda gets she's like, kids, go to your rooms. They do. Agatha disappears and White Vision shows up, and you think he is caressing Wanda's head, but no, he's not caressing it.
Oh, no, I did not think for a second he was caressing Wanda's head.
Violent.
Yeah, he's just about to crush her skull.
Good Lord. But then real, Green
Vision.
WandaVision, Reality Vision shows up.
We'll just say Green versus White.
Green versus White. Green shows up. Green's good, White's bad. Green shows up. Knocks White into a Winnebago, which explodes, which I'm like, how did that... that exploded a lot.
Yeah.
But then White Vision comes out of it looking like Terminator. Like, oh, he's such an evil, soulless robot. They're comparing him to Terminator.
And so now we have Vision versus Vision and Agatha versus Scarlet Witch.
Yeah.
And
then the kids come
Monica
back.
Rambeau versus Ralph.
So... oh Jesus, okay, we'll get there in a second, but the moment where everything converges, Sword gets through, Vision's back, Agatha's back, and then the kids are back. Oh man, what a moment of all the good guys and all the bad guys just converging at the same time and space.
Let's talk about real quick how the Sword gets in. It's because Agatha finally snaps everybody out of the spell that Wanda has them all under. And they're all just like, we feel your pain. We have your nightmares. Please let us go. Poor Emma Caulfield is like, I just want to see my daughter. Wake her up.
Let her out of her room.
And then, Agatha's just sitting there like, sounds like you're a villain, huh? This is the thing a villain does.
I mean, one might argue Agatha saved those people?
Yes. And I think that's where Wanda was so consumed with having her family back that she did not give a fuck about destroying the lives of all of these people.
Oh, girl had blinders on.
Yeah.
She did. I mean, this whole thing was about her having blinders on, not facing, not looking.
And that's where finally she opens up the hex and is letting them all go. The problem is, as she starts opening up the hex, Vision and Tommy and Billy start to disappear. And that's where I was like, oh, fuck. Because in my head, I was like, oh, they can live outside the hex because she gave birth to them.
Nope.
No, I just saw it. I was like, oh, they're going to fucking die.
They start to disappear.
This.
Yeah, and they do it House of M style in those Tetris-y puzzle pieces.
Yes, that's true. I didn't think about that. That's right.
Love that.
And so
but then Wanda closes it, saves them. They reintegrate. So pretty much now you've got she's freed the people. Monica's there. The Maximov visions are there. Sword is still there.
Now, did the fight with Monica and Sword happen yet at this point?
Let's talk about it. So Billy and Tommy are told to take on the military when all the villains converge and the heroes converge.
And that was great because Billy turns off their minds and Tommy uses his speed to gather all their guns. And I'm like, fuck, they're powerful. I love it.
I love it. Oh, they're such badasses. Billy, he just basically shut down 20 men. That was great.
Yeah. Wait till he gets older. See what he
Wait till he gets
It's like, Billy, you're under arrest for rape. I think, but then Monica shows up where Sword Leader, I hate him so much I can never remember his name.
Tyler Hayward
starts just shooting at the kids.
He just starts shooting at the kids.
You don't fucking shoot at kids.
Oh my God. And Monica runs in front of the bullets like she was gonna die for these kids. Monica.
But Monica, you ain't Monica anymore. You're Spectrum.
Monica, you are Spectrum. I hope they don't call her Photon. Yeah. You're Spectrum. Because your eyes turn a spectrum of different colors, and we like it.
And she was turning into her body was kind of turning into light. Just like her
gooey
power.
light.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the bullets just
passed through.
Couldn't go through the gooey light, yeah. And then Billy stopped one. And they had a cute moment. They had a cute hero-to-hero moment. Hey, kid, cool powers. Hey, you too.
Yay.
Marvel. Yay, Marvel. So that was good. Monica saved them. She's great. Oh, and then Tyler goes to escape and da-dun-da-dun-da-dun. Nope, trapped by Darcy.
Darcy fucking slams into him like, fuck off, bitch.
Darcy comes through. Darcy came through. Jimmy Woo came through earlier. He got the FBI to come arrest Tyler.
Yes.
He also had the great moment of escaping out of handcuffs and yelling, "Flourish!" Going back to he's again inspired by the amateur magic of an Avenger.
And so then Vision is battling Vision. And of course, the only way this battle is going to end is philosophically. This is like, what's it called when you, what's the test that you ask machines to see if they're sentient?
Oh, God, I wrote a freaking sketch about it. Yeah.
The Turing test. It's kind of like...
I thought you meant the thing from Blade Runner.
Oh, what's that? Yeah, the same thing as that, too.
I can't remember.
Basically, they're like...
Voight Briggs, something like that.
Green. Yeah, right now, Green Vision is Harrison Ford, and White Vision is... wait, what was that actress?
From Blade Runner? Sean Young.
Sean Young.
Oh, my God. EvilJeff, I'm so mad you never saw my Blade Runner sketch when we did our sci-fi sketch show.
Oh, my God. Was it you? Were you Sean sketch. Young in it?
Yes, I was. I was. I wrote it for me and my friend who have this distinct frequency of weirdness when he or I are performing together. So he just tuned into that frequency. It's a weird, slow sci-fi scene. Oh, you would love it so much. Anyway, WandaVision.
And so basically he's like, your objective is to get rid of the Vision, but your Vision. So it was essentially like, who's the real Vision?
Like, you're going to get rid of yourself, girl?
And then they started talking about some philosopher and the boat and the wood, and I'm like,
it's the then ship I was like, Theseus.
What am I in a goddamn episode of Good Place? What is this? I don't know.
Oh my god! It reminded me of the opening of John Dies at the end, where they talk about like you kill this monster with this axe, and then you replace the blade, and he's resurrected. You kill him again. You replace the handle. Is it the same axe?
Yeah.
Yeah. And the answer, according to Vision, is. It is if the axe has the memories of the previous axe. Memories equate to soul. So, White Vision, here are my memories.
The thing that isn't fully explained yet, does he have the emotions with them? Or does he just have the knowledge? He could, because I will say he does look like I'm Vision, but there was like a moment of like, I'm like, does he have the emotions too? Is he feeling something?
I don't think he does.
I don't think he does.
I think he remembers them.
But it definitely bothered him enough to like fucking stop the fight.
He'll be like, it feels like I was watching a movie of Vision falling in love with you, Wanda.
Yeah.
It wasn't me. It's just something I've seen.
Yeah. But it was enough for him to stop.
Sad.
But you might say he doesn't have any feeling, but it was enough definitely for him to stop the fight.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm so curious where this open thread White Vision is going to go next.
Because he just bounced, so we don't even know where he is. He just
bounces. He's like, peace. I'm Vision, peace. He, Paul Bettany as the evil White Vision. I don't know what it is. It was really doing it.
You were attracted to.
I was really attracted albino to evil White Vision. Yeah, maybe.
Have you ever been with an albino?
No.
I'd like to check that off my bucket list.
Yeah.
Any albinos out there?
Hey, any albinos out there? EvilJeff needs a date. So he can check a box.
No, that sounds awful. But now we get back to Wanda and Agatha. And it looks like
they're fighting again.
Agatha just is like, I can suck all of your power. And now Wanda is sucking on you. Like, no matter what you do, I'm going to suck on you. And Wanda just like, she is in this conundrum of like, I can't keep this world going, but I can't lose my family. Like, what am I going to do? And so what it seems like is Agatha promises her, if you give me the power, I'll let you keep this world and keep it hidden, and you can just have this world and nobody will bother you.
I would have been like, that sounds great.
Yeah, and it seems like she's
Let's do it.
Gonna take him up on that.
I'd be like, you could just keep it contained to just this one house. That would be wonderful.
Although, I mean, being in COVID, they would go insane after a while. Being like, ugh, I need to go out and hang out with people.
So this fight, though, like they're hurling balls of energy at each other, and like Wanda's getting her life force sucked out. Like,
although
here during this, it was epic.
I remember commenting. God, she keeps missing and just hitting the hex. Like, she has bad aim. Like, and clueless.
Agatha
be like
makes
a
clueless
face.
Like, why did you just miss? Like that?
I'm a clueless idiot. Did you piece it together? What was going on?
No, not at all. Not to the reveal.
Yeah. So that's the other. And I love things where just a subtle thing mentioned in a previous episode, when Agatha is in that basement, Wanda can't use her powers on her. Because Agatha's like, I have the runes. I cast a spell, and only the caster of the spell can use powers in this room. Shouldn't have said that to Wanda.
You bragging your own hubris.
I love it when a villain is taken down by themselves.
By their own mouth. So good. So yeah, that's how Scarlet Witch beats Agatha. It turns out that Wanda was not only throwing like eldritch bolts at Agatha, but was also throwing runes up on the wall of the hex.
So that Agatha
bitch.
Yeah, Agatha can't use her powers anymore.
So, Wanda then sucks all the power that Agatha sucked out of her back, and sucks Agatha's power, and sucks a lot of the magic from the hex.
And sucks a costume.
and sucks a costume out of it. And then that is the official entrance of the Phoenix. Yeah. I mean, the Scarlet Witch in the MCU.
But can you just imagine, here, I just want to take a quick pause since we are only talking about WandaVision, and you mentioned the Phoenix. I'm going to make this connect. But did you hear about the news of the rumors going around of the X-Men in the MCU?
No,
there is a new rumor going around.
Oh, God. Did Wanda create mutants?
No, it is the name of the first X-Men movie. Because the first X-Men movie is not an X-Men movie and does not feature the X-Men. And it is simply called The Mutants. What do you think? What do you think of that, if that's real?
I would love that.
Right? So all I'm saying is that if eventually the mutants they're already planning for the mutants to show up, and eventually, of course, this will lead to a Phoenix showing up. Can you imagine we need to fight the Phoenix? Let's fucking get the Scarlet fucking Witch in it. That's a bitch that was never in the Phoenix story, but I would want her in it.
I'd want her in it. But honestly, EvilJeff, I feel like we're getting the Phoenix saga that we've always deserved.
This Phoenix saga is better than X-Men 3 or X-Men Dark Phoenix. I mean,
this is like think about it. Like, Agatha is essentially Mastermind, right? Like, right?
Yeah. Yes.
Like, there's a whole Mastermind analogy there. It's about this powerful character coming into even more power,
and she's starting to do morally
and she's going to
things.
have a villainous turn because she's going to do anything to get her kids back.
Yeah,
and she's got that Darkhold in her are like making out. Oh, I'm sorry. Can I talk about my favorite part?
Yeah.
When Agatha was like, there's a whole chapter in this Darkhold about you, honey. The Scarlet Witch isn't born, she's forged. I was like, now that is a line.
Yeah.
Now that is an origin. From all of her pain, she became the Scarlet Witch.
Yeah.
Because she was put through it.
Yeah.
And that's what happens. I love that.
Then it's like,
then she was like,
oh my God, I've been through pain. Why am I not a fucking Scarlet Witch?
I know. Why am I not a Scarlet Witch? You see my life? I'll tell you my story.
It's because she was prone to becoming the Scarlet Witch because of her mutant hex powers.
Exactly. Just like magic. Just like Ileana, Queen of Limbo. Not her mutant power, but her mutant power had a predilection toward it. We're getting the Phoenix Saga. It's great. She's going to go Dark Phoenix and Multiverse of Madness. We love it.
We also get Agatha is like, all right, I guess you're going to kill me.
Were you going to lock me up?
And she ends up getting a punishment that I think is worse than death.
Me too. She's brainwashed.
She's like, I'm going to brainwash you into being that nosy neighbor. So, but that's the weird thing is she's not stuck in the hex. She's just now walking around Earth like, hey, what's up? Hey, neighbor. Oh.
Yeah.
Like,
and you know she's got some sort of self-awareness within her. So there's like the real Agatha is in there screaming.
But we did skip a part with Monica Rambeau. We should talk about Monica Rambeau and Ralph.
Yes, my favorite part of the whole show. Yes. So Monica's trapped with Pietro, fake Pietro, who turns out to be Ralph, Agnes's mentioned husband.
So is it Agatha put a spell on him that he can run fast?
Yeah.
Okay.
Agatha put a spell, because anything's possible in this reality. This,
Yeah.
It's unreal. So, yeah, give him speed powers. But his real name, outside of Agatha's influence, is Ralph Boner. He's an aspiring actor. He has a headshot from a long time ago.
Did you look back at all the Ralph quotes she said to see like how they replay knowing that it's him?
I mean,
I want to do that. I want to know, what does like 1950s Agatha say about Ralph?
I just love that. Like, oh, Ralph is Mephisto. Oh, Evan Peters is Quicksilver from the X-Men. He's bringing. Nope, it's Ralph Boner.
Boner, bad theater actor.
Bad theater actor, loser, Ralph Boner. Not Mephisto.
Oh my goodness. And that's the thing that was good about this, is there were so many red herrings that in the end it was this Dottie seemed like she was going to be this big bad, and it's like, nope, she's just a woman who her kid is like asleep and can't wake up and is fucking depressed. Also, it just seems like I just love it was setting up all these red herrings, and then it ended up being the simplest story is what it was going to be all along.
Yeah, that's why the Marvel Studios people are really good storytellers. And they know what we need.
What we need, it's like, hey, do you give us two characters whose love story you care about? This is a story of pain and suffering and trauma. And that's what makes this story interesting. I just saw Raya, the Disney movie.
Oh, yeah.
Awful. It was...
No heart.
There's like literally, I cannot describe who the character was. All they did was talk about the plot and what they were going to do next. There was no character development. And it's just like, if you don't have characters that I care about and root for, I'm done. Like that's all it takes. It's so easy.
It's so easy. And it just takes like honesty and like vulnerability. The scene when they say goodbye to the kids and then Wanda and Vision say goodbye to each other, I was sobbing.
Because finally she's like collapsing the hex and you see them and like you see the hex coming through the windows as they're like putting them to bed and saying goodnight. Like, I was dying.
Death coming for them.
I was getting angry. At this point, where it's like, oh, she's murdering your children. Fuck this show. Like I was getting angry.
Listen though, the line was very hopeful when she said, "Thank you for choosing me as your mom." My brain went, oh, so they existed already. They had some sort of external presence. Like that line is so good because it establishes like she didn't necessarily create them as much as like called to them.
Yeah, she called their souls out, which is how it is in the comics.
It's so good. And then to have... Yeah.
But here's the fucking deal. Me at that point, I didn't want a hint. I was like yelling. Like, if they aren't fucking alive at the end of this, I fucking hate this show. Like, I was way too emotionally invested at this point. Yeah. I was just too angry. And even my boyfriend was like, well, it doesn't mean they're not going to come back. I'm like, no, I need them to be back by the end of this. I emotionally cannot handle them not being back.
And then you heard them yell and you shut up.
I mean, but think about it. You picture what I'm going through.
I know.
Of like the show ends, the credits happen, post-credit scenes happen. I literally was being brutalized all the way up to the end. So let's talk about
the very end.
Let's talk about the mid-credit scene real quick.
Before that, I just want to talk about one thing. That Vision shed a single tear, just like that panel I was hoping would be in it somehow. The even an android can cry panel.
Yes.
So and when he said, "What am I?" and she explains it like okay, she like covers all of the different pockets of audience. She's like, okay, one pocket of audience needs to hear, "You were the piece of the Mind Stone that lived inside of me." Okay, another piece of the audience needs to hear, "You're my sadness and my hope." Like it was like they're covering all the bases of like what will resonate with all the people who watch the show. It was great.
Yeah.
Okay, yes, the mid-credit scene, Miss Monica Rambeau.
AKA the other star of Secret Invasion, the series.
And also Captain Marvel 2.
Yes. Well, that was a given. But
yeah, I think that's what that's leading to. They're like, come on, we're going to Captain Marvel 2.
Let's go. Do you think when the Skrull... So Monica Rambeau is called away. She thinks it's a debriefing, but it's really a Skrull. And it's like, you're grounded. We need you back up there. And the Skrull points up. And do you think... they said... Do you think, are they referring to Nick Fury?
Yeah, she said an old friend of your mother's would like to talk to you, or would like to get you back on in the whatever. But yeah, it's an old friend of your mother's. Yeah, where is he?
So I'm definitely does Captain Marvel 2 come out before the Secret Invasion?
Yeah, I think it does.
Okay, so I bet you Captain Marvel is definitely. I think that will lead into Secret Invasion. That would be my theory.
It'll open it up. Mm-hmm.
Which is great because I love Monica Rambeau. I'm like, fucking get her in more shit. The only thing is they need to fucking realize this was like the #1 show. You have to do a Jimmy Woo Kat Dennings.
You have to
spinoff.
You have to.
It's free money. Do you know how much money you would make from it? It'll be a hit. Like, come on.
So good. Come on. You can do it could be what Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. was supposed to be.
Yeah. Oh, it'd be great. Anyway, then we get to this last one. And so many fake outs where I'm thinking the kids are dead. This is the end of the show. They've never done the post thing. It's not going to be happening.
She's drinking. Yeah, no, I couldn't believe it. When it came on, I was like, oh.
And there we see hidden away is Wanda in the middle of nowhere, some cabin in Montana or wherever. I don't know. Was it Scovia? Where is she from?
Might be Sokovia.
Sokovia. And we see her in the front preparing tea, and then she walks inside to prepare tea. But then it moves past her. That is not the real Wanda. There's another Wanda.
Mm-hmm.
There's a fucking Wanda meditating, doing multiple, existing in different time planes. Like, she's floating.
Reading the Darkhold.
She's
reading the Darkhold.
It's reading that fucking book.
It just feels very dangerous. Agatha said to her, you have no idea what you have unleashed, and you're destined to destroy the world. This is bad.
She's like, well, I'm gonna let me do some research on that, and let's see what's happening. But as she is doing it, who fucking calls out to her is Billy and Tommy, screaming, "Help, Tommy!"
Hell yes.
I screamed.
Those souls are still out there.
I screamed.
I bet.
And then you just see her just blast her powers and it ends. I was literally, I've never been, fuck this show. Oh, okay, here it comes. Here it comes. Oh my God. Okay, fuck this show. Oh my God, there it is. Help me, Mommy. Yes, this is the best show ever.
It's the best show ever. Right at the buzzer.
Yes.
The thing I loved is it reminded me of the camera work from Evil Dead.
Oh yeah,
first person point of view going through the woods into the cabin and then into the weird back room of the cabin. So Evil Dead is Sam Raimi. Sam Raimi is directing Multiverse of Madness. Also, the music from that scene was the Doctor Strange theme.
Oh yeah, this is how it connects.
It was a take on the Doctor Strange theme. Yeah.
Oh my God.
So it was directly Multiverse of Madness.
Brett, we need to now discuss what do we think is going to be happening in the Multiverse of Madness Doctor Strange movie. Can you just imagine if it opens with Doctor Strange finding her in that cabin and it's all like Evil Dead?
Yeah.
It's like Evil Dead parody stuff, but with Wanda and Doctor Strange. I would die.
Oh wait, no, Sam. Yes, Sam. Yeah. Sam Raimi is doing Doctor Strange. Yeah.
It would be.
I thought he was doing Spider-Man. I got confused. He already did Spider-Man.
What do you think the Multiverse of Madness is going to be about? Is Wanda the villain?
I think Wanda is the antagonist. I think, we've all seen that. When Wanda sets her mind to something, she cares little about the ramifications around her. And I think that's what's going to happen.
Yeah. Here's my prediction is she heard those kids calling out to her, and she's now opening up pockets and dimensions.
Yeah, she's going to tear holes.
It's she's looking for them. And then, of course, after she's like, they're not in there, things are starting to be unleashed, and Doctor Strange's team is having to, patch these dimensions up. And so then, of course, he has to find the culprit. And Strange versus WandaVision. Ooh.
So listen, here's something that's even more interesting. I'm making this connection now. So if Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness is very much about Wanda searching for her kids. And we know that America Chavez is confirmed to be in Doctor Strange. Billy created her homeworld.
Right.
They worship their creator, the Demiurge.
Yes.
And that's Billy Kaplan.
Yes.
So are we Billy's in it, America's in it, it's about different dimensions.
I bet you America is going to be the one that by hopping through the dimension, brings Billy and Tommy back to her. And then it's those three are together. Oh, we are so close. We are so close to these young Avengers all being together. Oh.
And it's like, it still like very much could be Mephisto in Doctor Strange. The rumor is Nightmare, but somebody has those kids. It's not Agatha, and in the comics, it is very much Mephisto who's got the kids, because when he tried to incorporate those pieces of his soul back in, they wouldn't incorporate.
Yeah.
And they instead bounced out and became Billy and Tommy.
Oh.
They're going to do that.
Oh, I can't wait.
And then we'll see Hulkling, and he'll be...
Hulkling will be...
Oh my God!
I feel like Hulkling's going to show up in the Captain Marvel. With all the Skrulls.
Or Secret Invasion.
But Captain Marvel comes first. So either one of those. Yeah, it's all starting to coalesce. Does Spider-Man come out before or after Doctor Strange?
I don't know.
I'm wondering though if Spider-Man, because it's different multiverses, if that is part of this too.
Yeah, I think it is. I wonder if Doctor Strange 2 is about more the Wanda thing, but then a consequence of Wanda doing something maybe affects Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Like he's the one that feels the ramifications of the multiverse being created.
Yeah, it could be that Spider-Man is like, we need to fix all of these weird pocket dimensions. And then he fixes it. And then at the end of Spider-Man in a post-credit scenes, he realizes it's Wanda, which leads to the Doctor Strange movie of him trying to stop Wanda. Who knows? All of these would be fun and great, and I would love it.
WandaVision was so surprising. It just did so much. It reignited our love of old sitcoms.
Yeah. And
it used that device as a mystery and to keep us guessing and to just keep it weird.
And here's the fun...
It emphasized weird so much.
The fun thing, too, is the one thing I've heard people talking about is that I don't remember for years when, maybe it's been since probably Game of Thrones when everybody got together to watch a show. That's years since that happened, especially even with the pandemic. There wasn't anything really like this one. Everyone is you have to watch the show with people. This is not a show you watch by yourself. You kind of need to be with someone next to you to grab them and scream. I just needed that in my life.
Yeah. Yeah. I would Zoom with friends and it was just so much fun. It just created such an event, and we're going to do it for every show now. We're always just going to watch it together remotely. I mean, I live in a different city than them, but I still want to do that.
Well, next week we have, a making of, it looks like.
Assembled.
And then the week after that, Falcon and Winter Soldier starts.
Yeah. And I'm sorry, breaking news. No Way Home does indeed come out before Multiverse of Madness.
It does.
Yes.
Oh, okay. All right. So my theory still holds. The one thing that I'm interested about is... One thing. WandaVision is really showing the connections of the other shows. I'm very interested to see how Falcon and Winter Soldier, what is their effect on the rest of the MCU movies that are coming forward. Because they're clearly going to be, but I have no idea how.
Yeah. I think hopefully it will be the story of Sam Wilson really solidifying into the role of Captain America.
And with him and Winter Soldier falling in love.
Falling in love. And
I mean, come on.
With their own internal homophobia, and letting their guards down and having a physical, intimate moment.
This is basically because do you know like the most popular genre right now in China is bromance martial arts TV shows. They get the most, and they're all based off of gay erotic martial arts novels. But because it's China,
what? These are a thing.
Oh yeah. Oh, The Untamed. Oh my God, watch The Untamed, Brett. Watch The Untamed on Netflix. The only problem is because it's China, they have to take the gay stuff out. But the two male guys are basically like, I love you, but they just don't kiss. But if you read the books they're based off of, they're like fingering each other, they're fucking, they're sucking each other's dicks.
Oh,
like so like that's what's really happening. China's just not showing it. But it's the most but watching a bromance, like two male best friends, like the bromance thing of battling together, like it's fucking great. I love it. And clearly I'm excited to see what this is. I have such high hopes, though. I'm very scared that I'm going to be disappointed because the bar is set so fucking high. The bar is so high, and they have to fit one. Something has to bomb. Something has to bomb.
Storytellers. These are good storytellers. I don't know. Like they've got it. They have it. They found it. Like they really know what we need. And they don't care what we want. It's just
that is the best
nice.
Because I think fan service is giving fans what they don't need but what they want.
Right.
And that's why they're doing it the right way. Although still bring me on as just like, can you imagine if our job was just like a consultant with the Faggy brothers just being like, yeah, but in episode 3, no, it'd be cool if you did this. And they'd be like, yeah, can you imagine if that was our job? I think I could just like die happy.
Oh my God. I said to a friend, so somebody showed me a meme of a moment from one of the Thor movies where Thor says to Loki something about like, can't you see the future? And Loki says, no, I cannot see the future. I am not a witch. And I'm just like, ooh, like, is that an official? And then Wanda, then it cuts to like Wanda looking into the Mind Stone and seeing her future self.
Yeah.
I'm like, I just want to be on the guy on the team at Marvel Studios who's like, okay, so witches in the MCU. Okay, here's what they can do. Blah, blah, blah. Here's what they cannot do. Blah, 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 blah. Okay?
Yeah.
Everyone good with that? Okay, cool. I'm going to move on to fairies. Okay,
love it.
I want that job. I have to say that WandaVision is certainly my number 2 Marvel experience.
After Endgame?
No.
Winter Soldier?
After Winter Soldier.
So Wanda has beat Endgame for you?
Wanda has beat Endgame.
Wow. You know what? I mean, I will say that too. I will honestly say right now, WandaVision has beaten everything for me.
Yeah.
But I will tell you this too. I am a TV person. I like character development that's really slow. So I always like a television show more than a movie. And so basically this was like, hey, we're going to give you a goddamn, like, what was it? An 8-hour long, but it was less than that, like a 7-hour long Marvel movie. Like that's what I just wanted all along.
And we're going to let these two really talented actors that we somehow secured, we're going to let them act the shit out of it.
I know, right?
They just acted the shit out of it. All of them.
And I'm
Han
just like,
too.
We're only in March, Brett. Like,
God,
best of,
so good.
our best of, who the fuck is going to beat the show? Nobody.
Oh my God. And like, I just love the variety. Like, I'm so heartbroken that there's no more WandaVision, although I'm so satisfied from the journey. And I'm like, but I'm so sad. There's never going to be anything that's good or that speaks to me. And then all of a sudden I turn and there's Sebastian Stan's beautiful smiling face. Like, I'm next. And I'm like, oh, I'm good. I'm okay. It's going to be fine. Bucky's next. Everything's great.
Yeah, it's fucking great. Thank you. I really don't hope, like, I feel like sometimes I just feel like I'm not objective because I hate so many things, and I feel like it's like, oh, you just love everything MCU, and I'm like, but it's no, I'm really picky.
No, I like it. I like it, but this touches you. Like this was impressive.
Yeah.
And this was quality.
This one also was different, where I think
and it was
they
creative.
need to open their eyes up. This is one where people were like, I couldn't get into any Marvel thing. Marvel isn't my thing, but they watched this and were like, oh, this was good. They need to realize like there's another audience you could tap into doing shit like this.
And let me tell you something. Like, I have high hopes for Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Like, I think it's going to be like, no, we're doing racism. Like, we're doing white supremacy. Like, we're doing it.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to we're doing it. Yeah. Yeah. Oh. Thank you.
I can't wait. But there's no more, we're not going to hear the WandaVision theme song on our show anymore.
Oh.
We'll have a new theme song of Winter
but
Soldier.
Something isn't beautiful because it lasts.
Yes. That's why I'm happy that Watchmen is only one season.
I think Falcon and the Winter Soldier is going to be like, I think it could come close to Watchmen. I hope it does.
I don't want to jinx myself. I just need to go in with as much of a blank slate as possible, or I will just get disappointed.
Oh my God! How about in the trailer where they have that impromptu staring contest at the end, and she goes,
"So hot! That's so gay."
Goes, just and like their legs are interlocked.
Yes.
Oof.
It's also
and then the lady goes, "Just blink, one of you, sweet Jesus."
Yeah.
Oh my God! I'm like, this is gonna be so funny.
I can't wait. I think Agatha Harkness is around because I feel drained.
Okay. Good.
I just feel emotionally drained rehashing all of this.
I completely understand. Well, thank you so much for being on this emotional journey with us, everybody. Next week, we're going to talk about comic books again.
Yes, and maybe some new shows. I actually have a show I want you to watch, Brett, that hopefully we can talk about next week.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll talk later.
Okay.
All right. Well, thank you so much, everyone, for listening to episode 171 of Comic Book Queer's Legacy. I'm Brett. That's EvilJeff. And remember, if you read comics, well, that makes you a queer.
Or a witch.
Shazam!